On our previous episode of Onboard Lifestyle, the crew makes a decision to leave Santa Rosalia due to the formation of multiple low-pressure systems south of the Baja Peninsula. Our float plan was to head 130 nautical miles north to Puerto Don Juan, which has a good reputation as being one of the best hurricane holes in this region. With the systems about 10 days out, that meant we could take our time getting there, so we did a little fishing.
Fish on! Oh, it's a Dorado!
The crew ate some good food and had a little fun as we sailed Basik to seek safe harbor in Puerto Don Juan.
You and me stuck on the ocean now, nothing but waves and they're spilling in. I wanna dry up, but you just keep on going, don't you? I don't even know how we got here, all my reasoning have disappeared. I wanna bury the hatchet and find the way back to our home, our home, our home. We don't have to drift inside this dome.
Basik was the first vessel to anchor in Don Juan for these upcoming weather events, so we were able to select the prime location for the forecasted wind direction. The tides can swing around 10 feet in this bay, so depth selection was critical, especially with a potential hurricane approaching. We decided to anchor in about 10 feet of water at low tide in the southeast corner of Don Juan. This would put us close enough to shore that no other boat would anchor in front of us and give Basik the front row seat to this potential named storm. With so many cruisers with Starlink, the word spread fast. Social media sites lit up with all of the forecast spaghetti models, so Puerto Don Juan quickly filled with 18 boats, with another 14 boats posting up in the neighboring anchorage of La Mona. With the fleet nicely spaced throughout the anchorage, it was time to start preparing Basik for the approaching weather.
We are now in Puerto Don Juan, and it has not been a leisurely stay so far. We've been here for 2 days, and as you notice, there are boats after boats coming in for safe harbor because we have a weather system that is tracking our way. It's been changing, it seems like, every couple hours, so we're not quite sure exactly where it's going to head. It looks like we're not going to be a direct hit, but it is going to be some weather for sure. So the next couple days we are going to be working on getting Basik all stripped down, getting the head sail down, and doing the main, getting all the boards in. Anything that can possibly fly away, we're going to put inside. It is a scorcher already. All morning we've been hearing everybody kind of do the same hurricane prep work. Hate saying the word hurricane, but it is now named, and that is Hurricane K.
Let's take a look at what is officially Hurricane 1, Category 1K, Hurricane K.
Whew. A little stressful, but I'm sure we're going to make it out, no problems. Okay, first things first, paddle boards.
Get these deflated and back in the bags.
Emma, your first hurricane. How are you feeling?
Terrified.
We're going to be fine.
Yeah. Run, Compass!
Okay, help me fold and push at the same time. We gotta get the air out.
And here are the rainfall estimates for the Baja California Peninsula, getting up towards 8 inches, maybe even approaching 10 there. Look, 10.2 in one location, and certainly with high rain rates will come the potential for flash flooding, certainly in these areas which are usually quite dry and barren.
Okay, Emma, can you release the line up there?
Yeah.
The halyard?
Well, we are closely monitoring the progress of Hurricane K in the eastern Pacific, which has been upgraded to a Category 2 this morning.
Okay, round two. We had to stop for a little bit because it is freaking hot. But we can't leave our jib out in the sun for too long. Gotta make sure it's well protected.
So we gotta bag it up, get it inside.
Okay, bag it up, bag boy.
I need your help. This is heavy.
I noticed that Compass is like watching our every move.
I think he knows something's up.
I feel like we should reflate that.
We'll be putting it right back up in 4 days, so I think it's fine.
The moisture field with this thing is enormous, and as we move it northbound, you'll see that it has a lot of rain.
Okay, it's the big push. It's almost like the calm before the storm.
This is the calm.
We have our main to put down,
And just button
and
up
then
everything else
yeah,
on the
just
deck.
take everything else off, and we are as ready as we can be.
There.
It's getting real.
We know what will transpire. Unfortunately, there's going to be some rough weather for Baja California.
Wind's picking up.
I know, clouds are coming. I think rain soon.
I say let's take down the shades.
Yeah, we'll
We got the life sling we gotta take down.
barbecue still.
Barbecue, and then
All-
batten down all the hatches once the rain starts.
But we're getting there.
It's only 9. It's only 9 in the morning.
I know, we still have a whole day and a half before this thing hits us. But you can feel it already.
It's okay, I'm gonna be cooking up a storm so then you don't have to deal with anything during the storm.
Well, let's get
Why do we keep calling it a storm? It's actually a hurricane.
I know. Well, a hurricane is a storm.
I know.
I'll be honest, I'm a bit nervous.
Well, you'd be stupid not to be nervous.
You know, look at this. You know what? We're not alone here. There's 18 boats in the anchorage, and everybody is out doing the same thing, stripping their boats down to nothing.
As we continue to look at this thing, K, as the hurricane hunters are flying out of Biloxi, and they're going to make their way across Mexico into the eye of this thing.
Well, we're looking good. The entire boat's stripped down. All the covers are off. Got supports. Just kind of holding everything in place. Just backups and after backup after backup. But I feel prepared. The eye's 36 hours away. You see this ominous clouds starting to just show up from this system. Hurricane K has been building and building. It's the size of Texas now down there, just passing the southern tip of Baja. But we're ready. Oh, well, as ready as we could be. The anchor of choice for Basik is the Rockna 25, a 25 kilogram, 55 pound galvanized multi-purpose anchor that sets and holds in a variety of seabeds. We like the Rockna 25 so much that we not only have one, but two, that can be deployed in many different configurations depending on the situation. We can drop just our primary anchor, which is how we anchor most of the time. Basik can add a stern anchor for tight anchorages or to keep the bows facing an uncomfortable swell. For more aggressive anchoring, we can deploy both anchors on separate chain or run two anchors in tandem on the same chain. Both of these tactics require a unidirectional wind heading. Another scenario is if our primary anchor fails, we can attach a float, cut it free, and use our secondary anchor. For Hurricane K, we chose to set our primary anchor only, with a secondary anchor staged for fast deployment if Basik lost her grip and started to drag. With Basik prepared and K still a day away, the crew practiced setting multiple anchors in different scenarios. We wanted to make sure that our ground tackle could be deployed quickly with everyone on board comfortable with the process.
This is a new one for us. Teal and Emma are going to set our second anchor. So what we did is, originally when we came in here, we anchored off of this point. So Teal and Emma have gone out and they have put the second anchor almost like in a V. The wind is consistently going to be coming from here and clocking around to this point. So we're not obstructing anybody, and also we're not going to tangle up our two anchors.
Well, it was
That
the
looked
second
like you were
attempt was
having.
much better.
Was it?
Well, the first attempt I put a 20-foot lead on that, thinking I was dropping it at 15 feet. It's
We're at high tide, yeah.
But it was in a little hole there, so the float was sinking. I had to put a longer lead on it.
Okay. The wind has not hit us yet, but the rain has.
I know.
Mr. Anxiety here.
I'm just keeping a watchful eye.
Yeah. Everything's looking really good. We've been getting some reports from boats up in Puerto Escondido, which is south of us.
Yeah.
It's hitting Santa Rosalia, which is where we were.
Yep. So
we haven't heard anything from Santa Rosalia because it's not the best place to be at.
No, they don't have a big breakwater around there. And,
yeah.
We were there with 4-foot seas and they were breaking over the top. They're having 15 to 16-foot seas right now.
Yeah, and then Puerto Escondido, for the most part, everybody did well. A couple boats, I think, ran aground.
Broke free. Almost ran aground.
Almost. Well, everybody was able to kind of pull together and save those boats. So it's us. We're next.
We're next. We're next in line. Here it comes.
So conditions will go downhill. They're starting to go downhill right now with tropical storm force winds.
This is Emma's first hurricane, and I think that she's doing pretty good. She is pretty chill about it. So while Teal's doing his rounds, he keeps checking the bridle, the chain. Can't check the anchor, but we're not budging yet. Emma and I are enjoying a little snack of smoked salmon and cucumbers.
It actually smells pretty good.
Of course it does. Who made it? Me. There's something about storms and eating. I just can't stop eating since we've been in the storm.
And every time we hit a storm, I don't eat. What's up with that?
How about these?
No thanks.
It's healthy for me.
They are doing weather every hour right now, updates for the fleet here in Don Juan and in Lamona, so that's really nice. Hurricane K near 24.5 north, 113.4 west, 974 millibars at 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, moving north-northwest at 12 knots. The weather is getting worse, but at the same time, we just have a good feel of everything. There is a piece of shipwreck that was on the beach that has been thrown up and into the water.
Oh wait, Teal, what's that right there?
So we're kind of watching it. It was looking like it was heading our way, but now it's split off and it looks like there's 2 other boats that could be in line with it. So we did notify the fleet to let them know so that they could be on watch for that. 6 to 9, building to 9 to 14. From the east-southeast, 12-8. Period 10 seconds. but I swear, if there is anything that's open, water is finding its way in. Very nice. Okay, not to be morbid, but this reminds me of that scene in Titanic. But in your defense. Supposed to be heading peak now, and we should be dying off. So fingers crossed that we only have a little bit more of this, and then it gets to manageable wind. It's not too bad right now. We haven't even moved from where we dropped our anchor. But again, can't be too confident and assume that everything will work out. So we're still on edge, and hopefully this will be over with.
So here's where we stand. Kay has made landfall just south of Turtle Bay.
Which is almost across from us on the Pacific side.
95 miles, 90 miles from here. So that's a good thing, but it's a bad thing too because this is the closest point Kay is to us. So that's where we're feeling these huge shifts right now. And we're about to our peak wind. This hour is it. After that, it should start diminishing.
Look at the storm track here. As it pushes to the northwest, it's going to start to weaken.
I am looking forward to things calming down so we can have a nice quiet evening. It won't be quiet, but you know, if it's blowing 30, it's going to feel better than this.
But look at this, our Starlink is working like a champ. It's allowing us to get updates, weather updates.
Yeah, it's working well. Well, we survived. We all survived. 18 boats here. Pretty windy conditions. Got blustery last night. Rain just coming down in sheets at points, and it all laid down, I'd say about midnight or so. Winds got down into the 20s, gusting into the 30s, and that was enough. Everybody was saying, okay, we could sleep now. Oh, what a day though. Hurricane K is now Tropical Storm K and heading north of here. And hopefully she turns and goes out to sea, but it looks like she's gonna possibly loop around as a depression, and we might get some more influence from that, but nothing like we saw yesterday. That was impressive. So we're getting the boat dried out. Everything's on the rail. I smell breakfast cooking in here. Lynn's making the survivor breakfast. Look at this. Eggs, pancakes,
well, we
bacon.
kind of deserve it after last night.
Yes, we do. So, what did everybody think?
I thought it was cool.
We survived a hurricane! Woo!
I don't think Emma even noticed.
I know. It's like just a day in the life
another
of
day
Emma.
of life.
Just another day. Hurricane K was quite an experience for the crew of SB Basik. Coming through with zero damage taught me that preparation is key in a situation like this. I feel proud that we went through this unscathed, but I'm certain I don't want to go through another cyclone anytime soon. So thanks for watching this week's episode of Onboard Lifestyle, with a huge thanks to our patrons whose support makes these videos possible. Join our crew if you can. Come back next week as we all get Hurricane K tattoos. Just kidding, but I'm sure you'll enjoy next week's video just the same. See you then!